Welcome back to my channel. Today is April 1st, so we are going to be doing everything I crocheted in March. So we have this giraffe. I made this giraffe. This giraffe was pretty cool. I made this for my collaboration with Marty. So this is kind of like a spoiler alert, but if you want to go check out what that video is about, I'll link it. A plot twist here. Skate Spider literally actually commented on that video. And the video was based off of an idea. I don't know whose idea it was, if it was her idea or Complicated Knots idea, but they do it together. So the fact that she commented on it, kind of awesome. I made this strawberry Bulbasaur. I did put eyes on him, but I thought I had some eyes coming that would look good. They ended up being too small, so then I had to pick different eyes. I made some more granny squares working on my granny square blanket. I made two little elephants in this smaller size. I think I might only have a photo of the one, but the other one looks just like it, other than it doesn't have the darker ears because I ran out of that lighter blue yarn and just had to make do. I made a bigger elephant. This was for a custom order. I made two All From Jade ladybugs. That's a super fun and easy pattern. I made two goblins. The goblin pattern's cute. I started another blanket in the retro stripes yarn. It's kind of like a sampler blanket, so every couple of rows you change the stitch you're doing, so that's been fun. At this point, this blanket for I'm gonna sneeze. At this point, as far as my personal blanket projects go, I've put probably the most effort recently into this one. Not that I've completely stopped the other ones, but this one has felt most engaging to me at this point, so this one has been getting majority of my focus. When I go to a market, that's the one I bring, probably because it's one yarn instead of having different yarns, different colors, needing to seam things together, so it's been a little bit easier. I made two of this possum. It's the bigger possum. Oh, here's this shot of my other blanket, some squares I made for it. I don't know if I can call this one a blanket yet because I just have a stack of squares, and I probably have less than 10 squares in total, so it's smaller than a baby blanket still and not seamed together at all. So at this point these are just squares, but we're getting somewhere. I made a hat for a custom order. This is the hat I made for the custom order. This was me trying it on just to ensure it fit a human head. Don't worry, my hair was clean, I washed my face, so nobody has to worry about any ick, and I touch the things when I make them anyway. I had somebody say something weird about the fact that I tried it on. I need to make sure it fits human size, so because I would have had to unseam it and add a couple of rows, but it worked out and the customer liked it, and she sent me a picture of her wearing it and it was cute. I made two mini ice cream cones. This is my pattern that I was just playing around with, unreleased so far, but they're cute. I turned them into keychains. This is another blanket I was working on. This is a blanket from, it's Annie's Crochet Club or whatever. This is one of the blanket subscription box things. They're very expensive and they're kind of confusing, I won't lie. So I don't necessarily know that I fully recommend them, but other than them being confusing and really expensive, I am for the most part enjoying making the blanket. And it could just be confusing because I had at that point never made anything other than a baby blanket, all in half double crochet, all in white yarn, which barely counts. That's just a big swatch at that point because the baby blanket covers just a little tiny person. So yeah, I've had bigger towels, I made 5 or 6, either 5 or 6 chickens and 5 cows, as you can see in this picture. I sent all of those up north with my mom for an event she's doing in a couple of days. So I made those as the plushies to send her. I figured chickens and cows would be good. And then I also made her a couple of headbands and a good bunch of knit hats, which you'll see in this. Both the headbands and the hats are knit. I used my Addy knitting machine. I do have tutorials coming for the hat. I have not filmed the headband tutorial, but that'll be coming at some point too. I made an octopus army. I believe I had 3 of these to start, and then I ended up with 24. So I made 21 in total. I at one point batchworked some of the pot mushrooms and some of my mini mushroom pattern. I ended up making 7 of my mini mushroom pattern, and then I think I had at highest count either 11 or 13 pot mushrooms, and I've only taken these to 2 markets at this point since I restocked them. I've already sold like a portion of both. So I'm gonna end up needing to make more soon. This is my bin of plush mini octos. This is the All From Jade pattern. I think I started with like 5 of these and then did 24. I tried to, for the most part, make them in the same colors as the like mini version that I like already showed you. So I made like 19 of these. Oh, this was a fun custom order. So you could see the drawing of the character that was like created by the person. Her name's Rom, the character. So she's got like a computer head. I was told what kind of computer, but like I don't speak nerd. But no, the customer was lovely. And like I wish I knew more about it because I'd probably be better at my job if I did. But it was cool. It's like an old style like big box computer. I don't know if that's not the right term for that shape. But so it's a computer cat person thing. And the customer, like I said, designed her, named her. And then I got to turn her into... It's technically not a plushie because it's in worsted weight yarn, but I got to turn her into like a stuffed animal and she's pretty cool. So you could see the little patch on her chest. I like made that on my Cricut and then just like ironed it right onto the shirt. And then of course the eyes are felt eyes. So I like did the felt black piece and then I just ironed on white, the whites. Actually, that's not true. I made the felt black piece and then I did like a glitter black vinyl over the black piece and then I did a white over like that so the eyes had like a little more dimension instead of just being like flat black and then the one white spot on them because I felt like that would look weird. So at least this way there's like a little bit of like a felt border, just like a little thin felt border around the black vinyl, and then the black vinyl is glittery so it gives it a little bit of like personality and pizzazz. And then the hair, I had never made hair like that before. That was made with yarn, but you basically use your worsted weight yarn. I believe it doesn't, well, I don't know. I did it with the worsted weight acrylic because like everything on this was worsted weight acrylic. I don't know if you can do it with like actual, like real fibers. That's a good question. I hadn't thought of that. But anyway, worsted weight acrylic yarn, and then you comb it out with like a dog brush. It takes forever. And I used like probably like 6 to 8 inch pieces, and that was after they were wrapped, so they were like put through so it's double stranded, like looped through itself. So it was actually like 16 to 18, nope, 12 to like 16 inch pieces, then like pulled through each other like on the head. And I didn't cut it really to that length. When you're combing it out, it like breaks off. So it was like a little bit shorter than what I wanted it to be, but it ended up still looking cute. But I did like 3 layers. The first layer was like the darker blue color. Then the second layer, which is kind of hard to tell in the picture, is like light blue. And then the third layer was just like gray. I did have to cut the like gray layer a little bit just because I wanted the like blues to show through. So I did cut that, but the rest of them pretty much look like that from the yarn breaking off as you were like combing it. But it makes like soft hair, and you can take like a flat iron to it. And that's how I like got all the like crimped look from the yarn out and how it looks like super smooth. You like flat iron it after. I used like a low setting, so I don't know if you did it super high if it would melt the yarn, and it ended up looking good. And the customer was happy too. So that was cool. That was a fun order. That was like, at this point, I feel like the best custom order I've done for that kind of custom order, from like matching a drawing to like the final outcome. So that was like pretty cool. Okay, so next we have this picture of my shelf because I had put up the stuff before I remembered to take the picture. The bottom shelf has like birds mostly. So I made 8 Oak and Marlowe chickens from my market, in addition to the ones I sent up with my mom. So you could see those, and you could see the mushrooms too. Yeah, this was before my last market, so you could see all of my mushrooms still, but at the market before, I sold a couple of the pot mushrooms. Of course, the pot mushrooms do really well because they're like a fidget toy and a mushroom all in one, but I did sell my mushroom at like this last market I did too, so you could see that. The red one was bought specifically when I do that video. I recorded it. I don't know when it's going up in relation to this, so it might already be up. I don't know. Hard telling. I made a basket of mini frogs. This is Katie Bean Creative's mini frog pattern, but it's like my variation of it. I like take her pattern and I just like flip it over. So I think it looks better that way. I think I made 12 in total. I also made some reusable water balloons. I whipped these up in like 10 minutes. This is my own pattern, unreleased. I don't know if I will release it just because it's like such a simple form. Maybe for free. I don't know. We'll get there when we get there. Oh, this was an order for my sister. I did end up adding eyes to it, of course, but we were gonna do the big Vincent dragon pattern, and then she did not want want to pay me like hundreds of dollars for it. So we worked our way back down to this dragon, which is cool. It came out cute. I liked it. And I did add eyes, like I said. I made an axolotl for my amigurumi video. I made this cow for an amigurumi video. I made this gnome for an amigurumi video. This was also a custom order. This lion, that's hard to say when you're from the South. It comes out lion. This lion. I made this, it was a customer's drawing, and she sent me like specifications about how she wanted like each part, and she wanted me to add that like little chunky sweater it's wearing, and it came out cute. This is definitely like a hard order, but I still like how it came out. I made a strawberry. Now I had to use an older picture to like just represent the strawberry I made because I forgot to take a picture, but I made like a big strawberry pillow, as you can see, like this, but I made it with pink yarn instead of red, and like a lime green instead of like the dark green, and it was really cute, but I like super forgot to take a picture. I made this little lavender bouquet. Part of this was for the tutorial, which is up, and I'll link that. I think there might have been more I was going to say about that, but I made this for the video, and then I brought it to my market to sell, and I just sold this like little bouquet for $15 American dollars. So that is just about everything I crocheted in March. There's potential that I forgot to take a picture of something, but I did my best. So at least I have like most everything to show you. I think that's it. If you'd like more crochet content, you could check out one of them, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!